Well, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his political rival Benny Gantz have signed an agreement to form a unity government. The emergency government will see the pair take turns leading Israel, with Mr Netanyahu going first as Prime Minister. The move comes after 3 inconclusive elections and months of political paralysis. Both men faced calls to avoid a 4th election and form a coalition to help tackle the coronavirus pandemic. Well, let's get more on these developments. I'm joined by Ehud Yaari, an international fellow of the Washington Institute in Jerusalem. Ehud, lovely to talk to you. Tell us about the deal. What's been agreed between these two?
Well, Israel has managed, Beverly, to create a political structure never seen before. We will have now a prime minister and an alternate prime minister. They will have both prime ministerial residences at the same time. Mr. Netanyahu will serve for a year and a half. Then Mr. Gantz will be the prime minister, and the other will be the alternate prime minister. And at the end, Netanyahu will come back, according to their very long agreement, will come back to serve as prime minister, leading to the next elections, hopefully in 4 years from now. This is a very elaborate arrangement, which is based on parity between Bibi's bloc and Gantz's bloc, although Gantz has far less members of parliament than Bibi has now because of the split of his center-left party. And this arrangement is puzzling to Israelis. I'm sure it's quite funny to watch from abroad.
Indeed. And what do you think the chances that Bibi will hand power over to Benny Gantz in 18 months?
Well, the agreement consists of 14 pages with 41 clauses intended to make sure that come September 2021, Mr. Netanyahu will hand over the Prime Minister's chair to Mr. Gantz. There are all sorts of guarantees for that. They had a whole gallery of lawyers involved in drafting this agreement for a few weeks. It seems as if it's ironclad, but you never know.
Indeed. And of course, Benjamin Netanyahu still has to go through his corruption trial. How might that impact this deal?
Well, the trial is supposed to start on May 24th. That's providing that the courts will go back to function, because we still have pretty severe lockdown here in Israel, and they are only now beginning to relax a bit. The arrangement is that Bibi will stand trial, but he can still, according to Israeli law, serve as prime minister. The main challenge for them was the question, what happens if the Israeli Supreme Court will rule that Mr. Netanyahu cannot form a new government. And there are several appeals waiting for the decision of the court. So their solution for this question was that in case the Supreme Court disallows Netanyahu to form a government, they will simply go to the 4th round of elections.
Wow, that is extraordinary. It is just remarkable to watch.
Beverly, they have both committed to one another in writing that if Netanyahu is not allowed to form the government, then they will make sure there will be no other candidate capable of forming a government from within our parliament.
Amazing. Ehud, tell us what it's like living in Israel at the moment. Do you get the sense that they may start to ease restrictions in coming weeks?
They have started 2 days ago, very, very slowly. The general sense here is that Israel was able to contain the worst of it. We have altogether 18,000 people infected, about 180 dead, most of them, almost all of them, above 80 and 90 years old with background health issues. There is good cooperation, a bit surprising, but it's occurring, with the Palestinian Authority. So there is no outburst from across the 67 border. The Israelis are employing the security services and intelligence agencies in order to bring the equipment they need. Israeli military industries are now producing respirators, ventilators, some of them by converting CPAP machines. So it seems to be pretty well under control, but it's still an uphill struggle.
Indeed. Well, lovely to see you, and stay safe. We'll talk to you again soon.
My pleasure. Thank you.